explain you on our last subtopic in chapter 2, which is annuity. Okay, so the learning outcomes are, at the end of this topic, it should be able to compute the future value, present value, and amount of ordinary certain, compute periodic payment of an ordinary annuity certain, and determine how an annuity plan can be settled when debtor default on payment. Okay, so what is annuity? Annuity is a series of equal payments made at regular interval. Okay, example, we have shop rental, insurance policy premiums, annual dividend received, housing and car loan retirement. Okay, it's like macam you sewa rumah. Okay, kalau you sewa rumah, every month kan, let's say you kena bayar sewa rumah RM1,000. So every month you kena bayar RM1,000. Okay, that is the annuity. Contoh annuity, dia bayaran berkala, regular interval, equal payment. Okay, mesti amount dia sama, RM1,000 setiap bulan. Okay, or dia boleh jadi juga, let's say you simpan duit, you simpan RM50 every week. Maknanya every week you simpan RM50, RM50, RM50. Okay, so that one is the equal payment tu RM50. Interval tu masa. Okay, maknanya weekly. By weekly you bayar, simpan RM50. Okay, that is the example of annuity. Okay, so we have a few type of annuity. We have annuity due, perpetuity, general annuity, and last one is annuity certain. However, okay, we only will discuss on ordinary annuity certain, which is payment are made at the end of the payment period. Interest and payment period are of the same interval. Kita akan tengok yang untuk ordinary annuity certain sahaja. Okay, so in annuity, just like simple interest and compound interest we have, so we still are going to calculate the future value and the present value. Okay, future value means value in the future lah, your S. Okay, so what is future value in annuity is the sum of all the future value of the periodic payment. So now let's say you simpan duit you RM50 tadi every week kan, every week, let's say for 2 years. Okay, untuk 2 tahun. So what is the future value will be? Apa nilai pada next 2 years? Okay, that is what we call as future value. So this is the diagram untuk future lah. R here mean the RM50, the regular payment. Okay, yang you bayar every week tu kita panggil R. Okay, so this is the formula for future value annuity. So we have S is the future value. We have R periodic payment. Okay, periodic payment tu nilai amount yang you bayar ke, you simpan ke, every month ke, every week, tak kisah, every day. So kita panggil dia periodic payment. Dia mesti sama, you belajar yang sama je nilai dia. And then we have 1 plus I to the power of n minus 1 divided by I. So kalau you perasan, okay, this part is actually macam compound interest. Okay, so what is your I is K over M. What is your N? N is MT. So when you want to calculate, actually you'll be using the second one. Okay, so then we have the formula for amount of interest. Okay, so this one we will use this formula for amount of interest. Okay, next, so we are going to look how to use this formula. Okay, here we have two examples. Find the amount of 600 which was invested in account that offer 5% interest rate compounded monthly for 6 months. Okay, so this one for the first question. Okay, second one. Okay, find the amount of 600 which was invested at the end of every month for 6 months in an account that offer 5% interest rate compounded monthly for 6 months. Calculate the interest. And so if you look at the question, it look like the same. Okay, so here we have 600. So 600 here is our P. Okay, we have 5%, our K. Okay, compounded monthly. Okay, we have the word compounded here. Same goes for the second question. We also have the word compounded monthly. So, what's the difference between these two? Can you identify any differences between these two questions? Okay, so if you look at the first question, we have 5% interest rate compounded monthly for 6 months. Okay, but in second question, we have 5% interest rate compounded monthly for 6 months. Okay, but it states here that 600 ringgit was invested at the end of every month. Okay, we have this. Okay, it looks like the same question, okay, but different here. The different is here. Okay, for the question is, it put only 600 invested, okay, and then we want to calculate the interest. Okay, so here we have 600 was invested at the end every month. So tiap ujung bulan dia letak 600 untuk nak question. So for the first one ni is actually a compound interest punya soalan. Okay, but number 2 is actually an annuity punya soalan. Okay, so that is the difference between the first one and the second one. So kalau you buat soalan, okay, we have question ada perkataan compounded, means either it can be compound interest or annuity punya soalan. Okay, so we have one example here. Okay, 100 ringgit is deposited every month for 2 years, 7 months at 12% compounded monthly. What is the future value? Okay, dia nak tanya future value. And how much is the interest earned? Future value means S. Okay, you want to find your S. So here, 100 ringgit is deposited every month. Okay, we have here 100 ringgit is deposited every month. So this one is your R. Okay, amount yang you masuk or you simpan, amount yang sama setiap bulan ke setiap hari, itu kita panggil sebagai R. Okay, for 2 years, 7 months. Okay, so this one is your term lah, time, tempoh masa. 12% is your K. Compounded monthly, M is 12. Okay, so you list down dia punya information given. So then you just substitute into your S formula. So please bear in mind, you punya time T sama je, macam biasa, must be in years juga. Okay, so you get the answer after you calculate substitute into the formula. So just be careful sebab dia banyak, dia ada kuasa, dia ada minus and dia ada over pecahan. Okay, so you tekan calculator, you should get your answer directly. Okay, so this one is by using table. Saya takkan tunjuk you yang ini, no need to go detail into using table. Okay, interest earned. So we know that the formula is I equal to S minus NR. So you just substitute what is your S, and N is you dah calculate tadi, NT times with R. R is the periodic payment. So you will have the answer 513.27. Okay, so here another example for quick check for A. So if you have your textbook, you may look at example quick check for A, page 82. Okay, now number 1E. Okay, so next example, we have Shirley invest 60 ringgit every month. So the keyword here is this one. Okay, this one must be your R. Beginning 30th April 2016 into account that pay 9% compounded monthly. So this is your K, this is your M, this is your K. Find the amount in the account immediately after she deposit the last 60 ringgit on 30th September 2019. Okay, first of all, what you need you to do is you need to calculate the time. Okay, the duration. Okay, what is your time? from 30th April 2016 until 30th September 2019. Okay, then after you have calculated the time, it is 3 years and 5 months, then only you can calculate the S. Okay, so you just substitute your information you have. We have your R, here, your K, your M, your T. Okay, this one is K over M. Okay, so this is your R, K, M, and T. So then you will get the answer. To make it easier for you, you extract dulu ini information given dalam question. Sebab question tu akan jadi very panjang, dia dalam bentuk penceritaan. So you tulis dulu, you list down dulu whatever information you ada, then only you substitute into the formula, baru you nampak. Okay, so this one pula. Okay, next example is deposit with cap. Okay, so kita tengok dulu soalan dia. Okay, so dia kata here is, okay, RM100 is invested every month. Okay, so this one is the keyword. Maknanya you ada perkataan every month, every day, every year tu keyword lah untuk annuity. So you should know that this is annuity question. So your R is 100, pay 12% K, compounded monthly your M for 2 years K, T. But after 2 years, no more deposit are made. Find the amount in the account at the end of 5 years and the interest earned. Okay, so here we have two situations. The first situation is, the first 2 years, RM100 is invested every month. Okay, you masuk RM100 selama 2 tahun setiap bulan. Okay, so this one, ini adalah the first part. Okay, so here you tengok every month dia masuk RM100 sampai 2 tahun. But after 2 years, no more deposit. Okay, so here no more deposit. So dia biar je duit dia tak ada tambah apa-apa. So dia biar je. Then what we want to do is, we want to know how much amount we have on the year 5. Okay, so how to calculate? Okay, so basically this one you need to do 2 calculation. Okay, so we want to calculate amount in the account just after 2 years. Okay, untuk 2 tahun pertama. Okay, so 2 tahun pertama tadi we have RM100 for 2 years. Okay, every month dia masuk RM100 and RM100 for 2 years. Okay, itu adalah annuity. Okay, so you substitute you punya dalam into R. So we have 100 K over M, and then we have Fn. So this amount sekarang dah ada dalam account you after 2 years. So after 2 years, kita kena kira pula lagi baki at the end of 5 years tu kan. But no more deposit. No more deposit, kita biar je duit kita. Kita tunggu je sampai until at the end of 5 years tu. So what's the amount will be? So then kita akan guna compound interest formula here. Compound interest. This one here is annuity. Okay, why in the second part we use compound interest? Sebab we don't have R. Kita tak ada yang periodic payment. Kita tak ada bayaran berkala. Kita tak ada masuk RM100 yang every month ke every day tu dah. Kita biar je. So that's why dia jadi compound interest. Okay, so P kita ambil kat sini lah S ni. K over M times T. So dia tadi dah 2 years. So here is actually 12 times dengan 3 tahun. Total is 5 years. So kita dah kira for the 2 years yang first one. So ada tinggal lagi balance 3 years. That's why dia jadi 36. Okay, so this is the final answer. Okay, so interest earned IS minus NR. Okay, so here S. Okay, so kita ada S tadi, kita ambil the last one. Okay, here interest and R. So kita kira yang kita ada annuity for 2 years only kan. That's why here is 24. Okay, so kita minus, kita akan dapat interest earned. Okay, so now we look at different interest rate I. Okay, what do we need to do if we have more than one rate? Okay, so in this example, okay, Lily invests RM100 every month for 5 years in an investment scheme. So 5 years. Okay, for 5% is offered compounded monthly for the first 3 years and 9% compounded monthly for the rest of the period. So you want to find the accumulated amount at the end of the 5 years. Okay, so this is the information we have from the question. Okay, so here what we need to do is we need to divide our timeline into two part or two stream. Okay, so we calculate the first stream 1 first. Okay, so for the first 3 years, okay, amount after 3 years, okay, so what we need to do is we want to calculate up until this one. Okay, our 3 years. So we are substitute our R is 100. Our K is here is 5% compounded monthly. Okay, so your N is 12M times with 3 years. Okay, so please keep in your mind, after 3 years, the money is still in the investment, is still in the account. Okay, kita tak ada bawa keluar or whatever. Kita biar aja. Okay, so that amount still, so sekarang kita dah dapat kat sini at year 3. Now kita kena kira juga what will the amount will be sampai tahun ke-5. Okay, so since here, okay, kita biar aja. Okay, tak ada compound, there is no RM100 tu continue, tapi that one for different rate tadi. Kita ada 2 rates kan, so kita biar that one first. Okay, so yang 3875.33 kita kena kira sampai year 5 is still compound interest. Okay, so kita kena pakai guna formula compound interest punya formula at the end of year 5. So you put 100 and up until 3 years we have 3875.33. so kita biar this amount sampai year 5. We just use compound interest formula, we have 4636.50. Kita tak boleh terus kira dengan we are at years, she still put the money RM100 every month, tapi that one dah masuk pula different rate, so kita kena kira one more time different pula. Okay, so this one is the first stream. So our second stream, the next 2 years, so after year 3 we'll still put RM100. Okay, but here with different rate, kadar dia berbeza. That's why kita kena kira yang baru, kita tak boleh just sekaligus. Okay, so amount what we have is 2618.85. so your R is 100. K dia berubah here is 9%. Just now it is 5%. So our N is 12 darab dengan 2M times T. We have only left 2 years. Okay, so the amount we have is this one. So what is the accumulated amount for the year 5 is you pluskan S1 and S2U. Okay, the one that you have before previously, so you have this amount 7255.35. Okay, what's your interest? Your S minus with N times R. N is for 5 years, 12 times 5, because we calculated for 5 years kan, annuity R100 tu kita masuk selama 5 tahun. So you just substitute into interest formula, then you will have the answer. Okay, same goes for this example. We also have 2 different rates. Okay, we have 5% compounded quarterly for the first 2 years and 8% compounded quarterly for the rest of the period. Okay, you might look at the solution that I have provided for you later on. Okay, next we have present value of an ordinary annuity certain. Okay, what is present value? Is the sum of all present value of the periodic payment. Okay, so same goes like compound interest and simple interest. You also have learned what is present value. Present value is the value of you now, sekarang. Okay, what you need now, apa yang you ada sekarang. Same goes in annuity pun kita akan belajar how to calculate present value. Okay, so this is the formula for present value. Okay, please take note we have R here, Okay, 1 minus 1 plus I. Okay, so here is negative n. Okay, so our I is k over m. Negative m is negative mt. Okay, so the rest is the same with previous formula. It's just that a change of sign. Okay, so this is the formula for amount of interest. Okay, I is equal to nr minus a. Okay, let's look at example. Okay, Raymond has to pay 300 every month for 24 months to settle a loan at 12% compounded monthly. What is the original value of the loan? Okay, here when you do a loan, okay, bila you buat loan, you akan dapat duit dahulu. Okay, let's say you go to the bank, you buat loan, so you dapat duit. Let's say you nak buat 10,000 ringgit punya loan, bukan normally, memang pun 10,000 tu you akan terima dulu daripada bank. Once you dah terima, then baru you bayar bulanan, buat bayaran bulanan. Macam let's say you beli kereta pun, beli rumah, whatever is, you akan buat loan, you dapat dulu duit, then only you start paying your monthly payment. Okay, that's why kita panggil dia sebagai present value, because we got the money first, yeah, then only we need to pay the monthly payment. So please keep in your mind, untuk present value, normally dia punya case is about buat loan payment. Okay, kalau future value is akan datang, means you simpan sekarang, you nak tahu akan datang what is your value, apa yang you ada. Okay, so here dia has to pay 300 ringgit every month. Okay, so 300 every month, so mean here is annuity, sebab tiap-tiap bulan dia kena bayar. So your R is 300 ringgit. Okay, for 24 months to settle a loan. So this is your T, this is your K, compounded monthly is your M. Okay, so we just substitute into the A formula, present value, substitute the information you have, then you will get the answer. So the next question is, what is the total interest? Okay, total interest you substitute into interest formula, which is I is nr minus a. Then you will get the answer. Okay, here is the next example. John won an annuity that pays 1,000 every 3 months for 3 years. What is the present value? Okay, same goes as previous one. You need to find the present value. Okay, so you just substitute the information you have from the question into the formula of present value, then you will get the answer. So please keep in your mind, our T time must be in years. Mesti tukar dalam years. Okay, regardless dia bagi you in month, days or week, must be in years. Okay, so this is another example. So this one, okay, now I want to provide a scholarship of 2,000 each year for the next 3 years. Okay, scholarship will be awarded at the end of each year. If the money is worth 10% compounded and we find the best amount must be invested now. Okay, invested now. So kita nak kena tahu what is the value that we need to keep now. Okay, so now means kita nak kena guna present value. Okay, so we have 2,000 ringgit is our R, 10% is our K, compounded annually is our M, and then 3 years. Okay, you just substitute into the formula, then you will get the answer. Okay, here Mr. Lim deposit X in saving account. Okay, anticipation of withdrawing 500. Okay, he puts sum of money X now, sekarang, in order nanti at the end of each year dia nak keluarkan 500 ringgit. So now kita nak tahu what is the sum of money that Mr. Lim has deposited. Okay, so we want to know the value of now, so means we want to find our A. So we know that is our R is 500 because it state that withdraw 500 at the end of each year. Okay, so maknanya tiap-tiap tahun. So sama, regular interval, regular payment. So it is our R, 5%, our K compounded annually is our M. Okay, So bear in mind, kalau present value annuity, normally student akan salah sebab dia tertinggal negative sign here. So don't miss your negative sign. Okay, now let's look at this example. Honey bought a house by making down payment of 45,000. Balance was borrowed from a bank which charged interest of 7% compounded monthly for 25 years. Okay, with monthly payment 1413. So we have our K, R, 25 years, compounded monthly M. So find the amount borrowed. Okay, so the amount borrowed means we are going to find the amount of loan. So how to find the amount of loan is by using present value formula. So you just substitute information that you have from the question into present value formula. Okay, next calculate the interest paid. Okay, so the interest paid is I equal to NR minus A. So next question, find the cash price of the house. So how to find the cash price of the house is, you add up the present value or amount of loan with the down payment. So let's say the question doesn't state any down payment, so the price of the house will be the amount of loan or the present value. Okay, let's look at D. If Honey failed to make the first 5 payment, how much should she pay on the 6th payment to settle all the outstanding area? So just now we know that, okay, Honey has made loan for 60. Okay, Honey has loan. So now, if you draw the timeline, okay, we have payment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So Honey failed to make any payment on the first 5 payment. So now she want to pay on the 6th. Okay, she want to pay all 6. So if you draw the timeline, the arrow will be go to the right. So how? Means that you need to calculate the future value. So how many payment you want to calculate is on 6 payment only. Okay, so you just use the S formula to calculate the outstanding area and then substitute N with number of payment. How many payment that Honey need to make? Okay, so 6. Why 6? Because it's still in the question, failed to make the first 5 payment. How should she pay on the 6th payment? So all the payment are made on the 6th payment. So that's why your N is 6. So the keyword here is outstanding area. You must use S. Okay. Here I put few example that you can refer after this. Okay, so here also same goes like Honey example just now. Okay, so monthly payment, borrow 80,000, 12% compounded monthly for 3 years. So we have our borrow, so this one is your A, 12% K, compounded monthly is M, this one is your T. Okay, so you want to find A, the monthly payment, your R, so you just substitute into present value formula, then you just arrange the equation to find R. Okay, B is outstanding area. I have explained before. Okay, how about C? Okay, we look at C and D. Okay, C is we want to find the outstanding loan. Okay, so how to find the outstanding loan? Okay, so C, she want to settle all the loan immediately after the first 5 monthly payment. How much additional payment does she have to make? Okay, so the total number of payment that have is 3 years, okay, every month, so mean it's 36 times. Okay, 36 kali bayaran. So now dia dah bayar for 5 payment. After the 5th payment tu, dia nak settle all the loan. So how? Okay, if you draw the timeline, okay, sekarang kita ada total number of payment 36. Okay, let's say here is 5. Now yang kat semua ni you akan nak bayar pada tahun immediately after you dah bayar yang bayaran ke 5. So if you look at the arrow is ke arah kiri, to the left, so you have to use E, present. So remember that outstanding loan we use A, present value punya formula. So why this one is 31? Okay, sebab kita ada total number of payment is 36, tapi kita dah bayar 5, so 36 minus with 5, we have 31 more number of payment left. That's why dia jadi N is 31. Okay, then how about D? So D is you want to calculate the 6th payment. If she has made the first 5 monthly payment and want to settle all the loan in the 6th payment, how much should she pay? Okay, there are difference between C and D. Okay, yang C, after paying the first 5 monthly payment immediately, she want to settle all the loan. Now D, dia dah buat 5 kali pembayaran and want to settle all the loan in the 6th payment pada tahun ke-6. So how is, okay, so we need to calculate the outstanding loan juga, which is just now in C you have done this, so you take this one to be your P, but still sebab dia bayar tahun ke-6, kita ada lagi 1 month tu, that's why here you need calculate compound interest, okay, which is 1 plus K over M N. So N is 1 sebab it just for 1 month. Okay, kita kena extend lah sebab dia 1 month tu untuk 6 tu. Okay, then you just calculate the total interest you dapat. Okay, so that's all from me for annuity. If you have any question, you may ask me personally. Thank you.